Hi there, welcome to this video where I'm setting myself another photography challenge. Now you might have seen my video a few weeks ago when I played photography bingo. Basically I set myself a challenge of going out into my local area and finding all of the numbers from 1 to 15. Now this challenge was suggested to me by a subscriber called Brian Tafelmeyer, and he suggested going out and finding all the letters that spell out the word enjoy, which is my catchphrase and slogan. So I thought that was a great idea, and so today I've come to my local town of Sandbach. Just because it's a slightly different location than being out in the countryside, I'm going to look for those letters, tell you a little bit about Sandbach, and I know that I'm really going to enjoy my photography. So setting yourself challenges like this is really important just to keep your photography interesting, and it can also sharpen up your observational skills. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be looking for the letters that spell out the word enjoy. Now I can use either lettering or shapes that make a similar shape to a letter. All I'm going to do is make sure that the letters themselves are isolated and don't form part of a word, because there's lettering everywhere and I think that'll just be too easy. Now I am trying to be a little bit creative. This security camera just up here, the bracket is an inverted J shape, so in case I don't find a J anywhere else, I'm going to take the photograph of that and flip it upside down. I'm pretty sure that today I'm going to have no problem at all finding circles to make the O shape, because they are just everywhere, and case in point, I can use this road sign. These crosses here in the centre of Sandbach date back to the 9th century, and this one here was erected in 1578 to mark the charter where Sandbach was granted the right to hold a weekly market. Now just here in the churchyard of St Mary are some further pieces of the Anglo-Saxon crosses that we just saw in the marketplace. Now they were moved here in 1956 just for greater safety, to make sure that they're preserved for the future. The history of Sandbach can be traced back to 1086, where it was entered in the Domesday Book, and it was sufficiently large at that time to need a priest and a church. Here's a relic from the past. It's an old town pump that used to serve residents of the local dwellings with drinking water for many years until the late 19th century. Now you might be familiar with a truck company named ERF, and it was named after its founder, Edwin Richard Foden. And ERF had its headquarters here in Sandbach until 2007, when its then owner, MAN, disbanded the marque. Now just here in the recreation area, there's a really good O shape. It's in the children's play area, it spins round, but I'm not going to have a go at it, even though it would probably be quite entertaining, because I'd probably end up falling off. So I am finding it surprisingly difficult to find letters or letter shapes around the town that are isolated and don't form part of a larger word. And so it's quite challenging, and it's really getting my observational skills going. But it's a really interesting process, and I'm seeing parts of Sandbach that I've not seen before, and hopefully you're learning something about the town in the process. During the War of the Three Kingdoms, the Scottish army swept down through England, but at the Battle of Worcester, it was forced to retreat. Now, this was the only event of the Civil War that took place in Sandbach. On the 3rd of September 1651, the summer fair was being held here on the Common, and an exhausted army of around 1,000 cavalrymen came through this area, and they were under the command of David Leslie. Now, the town of Sandbach was not an easy retreat route for the army, because during the night some of the townspeople and the stall holders attacked the army in their tents while they slept, and they killed around 9 or 10 people and took about 100 prisoners. As the fair took place on the common of the town, after this event, this area here became known as the Scotch Common. If you are enjoying this video, you can do me a really big favour by clicking like, subscribe and the bell notifications. That really helps out the channel, and it makes sure that you don't miss out on any of my future content. Sandbach contains some really beautiful old buildings. This building behind me is a thatched timbered building that dates back to 1634, and it's now a public house in the town. I'm really enjoying this challenge this morning. It's really training my observational skills. So I've seen this Y shape just here in this roof truss, and yes, you have to use your imagination just a little bit to see the Y shape, but as well as that, I'm really enjoying finding out things about my local town that I didn't know before. So just recently I've been doing a lot more Photoshop videos. Now I've decided not to put those on my main channel anymore, because not everybody will be interested in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new channel and put all of my new Photoshop videos there, and all of my old ones I'm going to upload as well to that channel. So if that kind of thing interests you, you can go over there and subscribe. I'll let you know about it as soon as it's up and running. During December 1941, the HMS Vermeria was adopted by the civil community of Sandbach. This happened following the very successful Warship Week National Savings Campaign. Following the entrance of the United States to World War II, American GIs were billeted in the local area surrounding their headquarters here at the Wheatsheaf pub. Just behind me here in this building is a circular window that will make a great O shape in my word enjoy, but the window itself is quite interesting because it appears at some point it was a clock because of the Roman numerals around the outside, but a particular interest to me is on the inside there seems to be a Batman logo. Thanks to Brian for suggesting that challenge this morning. I've really enjoyed myself going around, and I did manage to find all the letters to spell out the word enjoy. Now, a few of them take a little bit of imagination, but I wasn't being too strict anyway. But what I've also enjoyed today is finding out lots about one of my local towns that I didn't know before, and also seeing some parts of the town again that have been completely new to me. If you do have any other ideas of challenges that I could have a go at, do let me know down below in the comments. I'll have a try at them, and I'll give you a shout out as well. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, you can let me know down below in the comments, or you can nip over to my Instagram account, that's at Oakden Photography, and you can leave me your comments there. Now, if you like what I do on the channel, you can support me by visiting my Teespring store. There's a link for that down below in the comments, so go over there and check out the range of merchandise on offer. But you don't have to spend any money at all to support the channel. You can do that simply by clicking like, subscribe and the bell notifications, because that really helps me out and it makes sure that you don't miss out on any of my future content. What watch out for next week's video. That goes live on Sunday. In the meantime, you can check out this video just up here. But all that's left now is to say, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.